So, it's midweek motivation. And usually on Wednesdays, I like to try and motivate you to get over that hump for the week. I know Mondays is such a drag, and we're just barely getting back from the weekend, whether it was a good or bad one. Maybe it was exhausting. Here we are rolling over to Monday, having to go back to our to dos and the many, many hats that we wear. And by Wednesday, we feel so burnt out. We can't wait for Friday. And to some, even if it is Friday, it's just another day. But there's something about Wednesdays that we just kind of look forward to. Perhaps it's because it is the midweek. And no matter what we have, it feels like we're catching our breath. We're stopping that race to just kind of sit, catch our breath, and keep on jogging. These last few days, however, have been a little different for me. And I've realized that we don't really pause to think about important things. And I rarely don't talk about something that we all have experienced at one point in our life. And that's trauma. And that's healing. I know I've touched base on it, but truly we have not gotten deep down to what that can do to us. And all wounds obviously leave bruises, some of them scars. And a lot of us put a band-aid. A lot of us cover it up. We'll close it in a little box and toss it away and hope that it never comes back to resurface. But at some point in our life, it does. Maybe we don't recognize what those are. Maybe it's something we can't quite comprehend. Maybe we thought we lived in a good environment, in upbringing, but we just don't forget because the impact was so impactful that it's deep, deep down in the core of our mind. But it resurfaces in different ways, whether it be through alcohol, through a song, through a scent, through a feeling, through a person, and in different forms of experience. Maybe they reverses through being an angry drunk or a trigger that makes us just snap. Perhaps it was abandonment that we experienced. Maybe it was physical abuse, mental abuse, rape, molestation, being put down by somebody that we really, really cared about, whether it be a parent or a significant other. Mental abuse, emotional, whatever the case is, it has all a link to it, the word abuse. Even when we don't think it is abuse. Important thing is it did something to us. It changed us. It changed how we look at people, whether we trust or not, how we rely on them. Maybe that current relationship that you're in, whether it's with a guy or girl, we can't leave and we don't know why. We're so attached to them. Maybe we unconsciously view them as an absent parent. Protection, because we didn't have that growing up. We have to tackle that on to be better people. See, for the last couple of generations, and I am a witness to it, we've been dumped the load. Our parents, our great grandparents or grandparents, they were victims of the toxicity, the dump of trauma. They were not raised to express themselves. They had to keep things that they experienced on a hush. You're not allowed to tell. For men, you're weak if you cried. the demands of being the firstborn, the expectancies of what a firstborn needs to do, protect. And yes, we are a product of the mistakes that they made on how to upbring us. That's a lot of heavy load to carry for just one person. But here we are, dealing with them and the aftermath. Whether you were able to survive it or not, whether the trauma made you into an addict or a substance abuse that you decided to choose to numb yourself. Whatever the case is, it's not allowing you to live the life you should be living. You're now enslaved into this trauma. So the question now is, how do you free yourself from it? I mean, we work, we smile, we raise our families, we chase our dreams, and we pretend that we're fine. We lost our parents, we're going through divorces, we have kids, so now we're finding ourselves in court. We carry ill feelings to the people that harmed us. So at what point do we say enough is enough? It starts with forgiving yourself. A lot of people don't understand what that means. What is forgive yourself? Well, forgiving yourself is forgiving the fact that you are consciously or unconsciously blaming yourself for whatever happened to you. Whether you put yourself in that situation or did not. You're probably telling yourself, if I wouldn't have done this, it's my fault. I should have never done this. I should have listened to this person. Or you're blaming yourself. Forgive yourself. Not everybody has it all figured out. Sometimes, yes, you did trust somebody that betrayed you. But that's what you're supposed to do. Give people a chance and the benefit of the doubt. But what they did is not on you. And sometimes we want them to apologize. Sometimes we consider that to be a closure. So we're sitting there digging, asking, begging for the closure. But we're not going to find it oftentimes. Oftentimes, that's not the closure. Oftentimes, the closure is just making peace with what happened, what once was, and what can no longer be. And just simply walking away. Understand this. It is not your job to make anybody happy. And it is not their job to make you happy either. But it is your job to make yourself happy. It is your job to actively work on yourself every day, on your flaws, and work on the things that you do right so you could do better. So that you could be a better person for yourself first and foremost. For your kids, if you have any. So that they don't go through what you went through. And understand that you are someone's child. So when you protect your kids, or you protect kids that are out there, remember that you are somebody's child. And you are the child of the Lord. Protect. Be kind to yourself. Hug yourself. Because you're always going to be a child. You're always going to have the child traits. The times that you're scared, the times that you're unsure, the times you want to cry. Sit in those feelings. It's okay to feel. Unfold those traumas that have been haunting you for years. Just liberate yourself so you could finally be happy and not wake up with anxiety, not wake up scared of the world, not wake up and don't think that you can't try another relationship or try to be happy because you're afraid of being hurt. Leave that residue alone and just wash it off. It means acknowledging it instead of pretending. It means getting help in every which way. and refusing to allow your past or what happened yesterday to define you, to define today, and to define your future. It's never too late. Get the proper help. Sit and pray about it. Seek counseling, but give yourself permission to accept what happened. And know that it's not your fault. If you want to have those conversations with the person that hurt you, work on yourself first and then get to the point where you can. If you cause harm to somebody, work on yourself and forgive yourself for your wrongdoing. And when you're good and ready, go seek that forgiveness. Make peace with it. And if you no longer have that friendship, then it's okay, but you walked away guilt-free. You made mistakes, and understand that you will never fully ever get to know somebody completely. We're constantly changing and evolving as humans, as individuals. We're constantly growing. You are not going to get to know your partner or yourself completely because you're always changing. And that's the beauty about life. That's the beauty about being a human, is that you always have a chance. Every day that you wake up is a win. Everything else is extra. So imagine waking up and having a new day, a new blank sheet of paper to be able to tell another story. What do you want that story to be? Definitely not the past. You don't want to carry another chapter. Why not start a new chapter? That toxic relationship, leave it. Your children will be okay. Yes, all children. Yes, all children want their parents to be together. But I promise you that they don't want their parents to be together at the cost of a happiness. Most often than not, children want to see their parents happy. And when you create an environment of happiness and peace, rather than chaos, that is the win. Teach your children what it's like to try and be committed in a relationship and do what you can to preserve it. But also teach them what it looks like to value yourself and to know when it is time to walk away and close a chapter and still coexist in a room and co-parent properly. And if you each find a new partner, teach them what it's like to coexist and bring people along to their village, because that's what you're forming. And as long as they see everybody happy and knowing their roles, that's all that really matters, because the common factor is them, is the love each one of you guys has for that beautiful soul that was created. And what beauty is it to have a blended family, or two people bringing a child up together and being the prime example of what it's like to experience life, experience breaking that cycle, and experience what it's like to still maintain a good relationship. Now that is a win. If you're facing addiction, seek help. It's never too late. You are valuable. Every day you wake up, God's not done with you. Revisit yourself, your younger self, and understand that yes, you were broken, you still are broken. And the puzzles of healing, of putting them back together, doesn't necessarily have to fit. Embrace the perfect imperfection of yourself, because it was those hardships, those traumas, those crooked outlinings that has created the beautiful person you still are. And one day you're going to look back at those pieces, those hardships, and that darkness, and be so grateful for them, because now you're going to be so much brighter and beautiful. It's a new version of yourself. So embrace the journey. Life didn't come with a manuscript. Life is not supposed to be lived through other people. You're not supposed to live other people's dreams. You're supposed to be living your own. So if you don't like your job, find another one. If you want to go back to school and learn, maybe you're itching for a new career, new adventure, new excitement, take a class. You have kids, there's EOPS, there's CDR. There's ways of being able to still do what you want to do. If you're curious about a new trade, go for it. Take that one class. Sign up and take that one class. Take other classes. They don't have to make sense. And when you reach something of interest and that's what you want to go for, go head on and don't stop. Full throttle. If you want to move somewhere else, hey, do it. Move out of the state. Go for a trip. See what it looks like. And if you cause harm to somebody again, go seek forgiveness so that guilt doesn't follow you and haunt you for the rest of your life. And so that it doesn't get you to a point where it might just be too late. Mend those broken relationships. Don't allow ego to stand in the way. Don't allow pride to get in the way, because let's face it, if God was prideful, none of us would be here right now. If God was revengeful, that kingdom would be empty, and you know it. So, this week, I urge you to sit down, to meditate, to sit in silence, to ask yourself, what is truly keeping you from being happy? And how can I better myself? Whether it be reading a book, writing down what really is holding you, that lump in your throat, that uneasiness that you feel, that urge to always just want to cry. If you just saw somebody celebrate their life, how fortunate were you to be able to be in their life, to be related to them, or to have some kind of relationship with them. They'd want you to move on. They got to go where often all of us want to end up. That's a blessing. Whatever it is, keep going, believe in yourself, and if you have nobody else to talk to, hit me up. I'm just a call away. I'm just a call away, a DM away, a text message away. Doesn't matter. I want to see you win, and I'm rooting for you. Understand that you're valuable. Understand that you are needed. Understand that you are unique. And you bring a lot to the table that nobody has. So, get on it. Get better. Let's do better. So that our children are not carrying everything that we carried for years. Let's cut them cords. Let's cut them curses. Let's cut them traditional traumas. It starts with us, and then it follows. Bye.